Hello friends, this is Cara-Renee with B.Reborn Art and Healing, coming to you with part 2 of our beautiful Shabby Rose file folder folio. If you haven't already checked out video 1, I will be sure to link it below. So in video 1 we did the construction, which is this right here. And as I mentioned in that one, this was my prototype and I cut all my papers based on this one. So that's why we're using it, but it's exactly the same as the one we did on camera. So these are our pockets and stuff that we made, but basically we did this on camera. So I'll link that in case you missed it. So off camera, what I did is I went ahead and inked everything up. So it looks like a grungy mess, doesn't it? But I don't want anything white showing. And this is Tyvek tape that we use to reinforce the inside spines. There's going to be a signature in here, probably 2 small signatures, I'm thinking. So in today's video, we're going to cover this beauty. So I've got my Fabri-Tac, which is my preferred glue for this process because I like to be able to move my paper in case I get a little bit off. So fingers crossed that this is going to work well. So I think I want to start with the middle here so that we can get our pockets in. So basically what I do when I cut all my papers is I label all my panels. So we've got panel 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and so on, so that we can keep track. And I do apologize again for the light. It's very dark in here, even though there's 3 lamps on and the shade is open. So I'm not sure. And it's a beautiful sunny day out there, so not sure what's going on with the world. So I also write the panel number on the back of that. So that's panel 7. This is panel 3. So that's that one. This is panel 5. This is panel 6. This is panel 4. This is our extra little cover for our tabby thing. This is panel 5. This is the front. And then this is, what do we do? Oh, this is, we'll have to figure that out. I've got 2 panel 3s, so something's mislabeled. So, and panel 8. So we don't need all of these right now. Right now we're going to work on these 2. So we've got panel 5 for sure is the right one because it fits there, and then panel 4. So, and then that's our spine piece. So actually, let's go ahead and test out that spine piece. Where did it go? I've got 2 just in case. I wasn't sure exactly what I wanted to do, but that's going to go there. And I don't mind that that's looking a little bit rough in there. It's fine with me. So let's go ahead and start with gluing that on. I wish I could figure out the lighting in here. Let me try the overhead. I think it's going to be too bright though. Whoops. Yeah, it doesn't really... I guess it makes a little bit of a difference. It's weird. Something strange is going on in the universe. Okay, usually I don't even have to set my shade or anything. It's just perfect lighting in here. So there we go. So let's go ahead and get this on there, and I'm just putting it in the center of that spine, and I'm going to test to make sure that everything's going to close okay on both sides. Looks good. So we're going to make sure that doesn't move. And I like the combination of grunge with those light colors. So all this grunge is really delicious to me. So I'm cool with it. So this one's going to go here. Now my measurements are hopefully going to be okay. If I have to make some adjustments, I will. That looks to be pretty good. Let's make sure that that's... I think I need to trim just a smidge off of this. It feels like it's a little bit tight. So let me do that really quick. I'm just going to take off just barely anything, which this cutter needs a new blade, so it doesn't tend to do this very well. There we go. I think we got it. And of course I'll have to re-ink that, but that's okay. We got time. So again, as I mentioned in video 1, I just put my pieces down and traced around, and that's how I got them the right size. So there we go. So let's go ahead and glue this down. I do want to get plenty of glue on the edges so that if anything does kind of get caught, it's not gonna jeopardize the integrity of this paper on its base. Okay. And again, Fabri-Tac is a gift because you can move it around and adjust like so. So I'm just going to close that, make sure it's all looking good. Make sure it's not binding is basically what I'm saying here. You want to make sure that that area is not binding. Okay, perfect. And then let's get this one on, and then we can start putting our pockets on. So let's see if this one worked out okay. I think it did. Looks to be fine, because that's our spine there. So okay. Fabri-Tac is getting low. I might have to take a break and fill it up. I don't like to hassle with glue. It's a joy sucker. So we're in our last little burst of sunny weather, I think. It's beautiful this weekend, but I think it's going to be changing. Our first week of school was rainy. It's crazy. Like, not downpour, but it was definitely not our customary first week of school for weather. Especially because kids are still coming to school in shorts and stuff, and no jackets and things. There we go. So I'm just going to get that in place, and I'm going to, again, make sure that nothing is binding there. Okay, and I just like to really rub it to make sure that that glue is just kind of spreading out under there. Okay, like that. So looks good, looks good. Awesome, awesome. I love this. Okay, so let's go ahead and cover these, and then we can put our pockets in. So all of that is right here. So let's start with this one. So basically I did the same thing. I just put a piece of paper down, I traced around it, and then I cut it out. So it was easy as that. I do need to get this edge inked. I missed that. Although paper is really not going to show because it's coming, everything's coming right to the edge. So I hope you guys will go check out InkyOwlStudios and give her some love. It's a gift when creators share their creative ideas, even if they're not theirs. She was noble and right to point back to who inspired her, and so I think that's really, really important, especially because in this kind of arena on YouTube, it's very popular, right? So everybody's doing it. It's very saturated was the word I was looking for. So there we go. So we're going to glue this on, and then we will glue it into the onto the panel. Get that on there. A little shaky. Very, very hungry. Always hungry. But I did try some applesauce and some peaches and some oatmeal with blueberries, and that is going okay. It's not great, but it is okay. So I think I want it to go about right there. So I'm just going to make a little pencil line here so I know where I want it. And I'm going to glue this one on 3 sides, and I'm going to use my art glitter glue here because I find that it doesn't spread out as much. It helps me to retain my pocket a little bit better. I think when she did it, she actually made kind of a gusseted sides on hers. I did not do that. You totally could. Not the steadiest hand today. Alrighty. So I'm just going to look at that pencil line too to figure out where I want that to go and make sure that it's not binding either. It looks to be pretty darn good. And oh, that's so beautiful. I love this paper. Daisy, you are amazing. And just the sweetest lady ever. Okay, and so now we're going to just put glue on these two edges. I'm going to close the shade again, guys. Hold on. That's so weird. I don't know if that's better or not. But we'll see. I'm going to go with it. Okay, so a little bit of glue on this edge. And this edge. And close. I'm not a worrier about perfection, so if something doesn't line up precisely, it's not a big deal. I think we will do a third video where we make some of the gummer to go in all of these pockets and such, make it beautiful. So here we've got this. So I'm trying to remember how I wanted these staggered, because I've got, let's see, we've got that one, and that one, and that one. So we need this one here. So we're going to cover that. And again, I just put this on here. I just put it under and I cut. Simple as that. And of course, one would not have to ink. You could leave this very fresh and bright, but I love the contrast of the soft colors and that vintage photo. Give that aged look. I'm really loving that. Okay, there we go. Just like that. So pretty. Okay, let's go ahead and cover these two pieces. And then we'll glue them on similarly. The thing I don't like about the overhead light, I don't like how it shines on my desk, so back and forth we go. Where she lands, nobody knows. Goodness gracious. Okay. Alrighty, so let's get that one on there. Sorry if I'm a little bit off camera. I don't have a lot of room to go that way. A little bit. There we go. Okay, another pocket. And one more. It's a little bit off, but I am not going to worry about it. I'm gonna put it like that. I think I'll trim off the excess here. That was a little bit off. Not a big deal at all, so don't fret about it. Okay, so then this one's going to go in here. So again, I want to decide where I want that pocket. I don't want it too high, so I'm going to kind of go about there. It looks like it's wide though. I don't know if you guys can see that. We've got a little bit too much on this side, so I'm just going to trim that off just a smidge, just a sliver. See if that's better. I want that to be Yeah, that's better. Let me just ink that. Oh, now where were we? About there. Okay. Another little pencil marks, just an easy way to figure out where you're going. So we're going to glue 3 sides, or 2 sides in the bottom. Now again, you could gusset these and get more in it, but I don't want this to be too chunky. So I'm going to go pretty minimal. So I'm looking at my pencil line there, setting that down, and golden. Oh shoot, I should have put the other pocket on first. Doggone it. Hold on. We got to go from the top down. So let's try that again. Oh, that was silly. Silliness. Blame it on the hunger. I can hear my stomach. So I want this one to go about here with a shorter tack. Uh-oh. That was the wrong one though. Ah! Sorry. Pause. Pause. It's all fixable, you guys. Don't fret. It doesn't matter. Okay, now we can go up here. So I want this one about there because I don't want it too high. This one's off too. Look at that. Hello. Let's trim a little bit off of that one too while I get some glue on my scissors. Nice. Oh my goodness. Okay, let's try that again. I like to reapply the glue just so that we don't have a problem later. Okay, now let's get her in here. So there we go. Looks good. And then we'll stick this one in right about there, yeah. So again, more glue. It's already dried. Probably speed through some of this, you guys. You don't need to see all of the details here. So I'm going to put that one about there. So I'm moving it up a little bit from where it was, where my pencil mark was. So that looks just fine. Nobody's going to be measuring, right? You're not going to measure on me, are you? So we're going to go ahead and put glue. I feel like, is that impinging at all? Nope. I'm seeing some of the scoring and wondering if that was a problem. Up, up, up. Love it. Love, love, love this so much. Look at that. Okay, let's go ahead and do panel. That's panel 7. This is panel 6, so this is going to go here. Hoping that everything's measuring out okay. I can always trim it if it's hanging over. It might be a little over on the top, but we will deal with that when we get there. So again, Fabri-Tac. The other thing that Jeanne did was that she used junk mail envelopes that she had tea dyed to put on parts of her folio. I didn't want to do that as additional flip outs. I might try that in the future, but I wanted to keep this a little bit more basic, not only for you, but for me at this point in my world. So I think that she did those for this panel and this panel. So there we go. So let's get that on there, and I'm just gonna try to, I'm hoping that it's going to line up because it's going to be a pain in the patootie to straighten it. I think my gusset on this side is really not going to really be used, to be honest. So, oh, that was pretty darn good. Actually, got a little bit of an overhang on this edge, so I'll just, hopefully I can get in here and trim it. Come on. Try not to get the file folder, which I am getting the file folder. So I'm just going to trim that little bit of white there, my little scissors. Easy peasy, not a problem at all. So let's just ink that up again. Pretty darn sweet. So I don't mind this. You can see it's off, but I don't worry about that kind of stuff. It's just not worth it. So let's go ahead and move to this side. This is I have to figure out what I did here. Something's mislabeled. So we've got panel 2 is probably one of them here, but I'm not sure which one, because this one clearly goes like that, and then this one is backwards. So what did I do? What did I do? I have no idea. Oh, this is the back, so that is panel 7. That's correct. Let's do that. Let's do panel 7. Why not? Yeah, that's perfect. So let's get that on there. I love this image so much. So beautiful. So soft and feminine. Okay. I have to figure out what I did here though, because something's right, or something's not right. So this one is 1, so that it should be good. So let's go ahead and get that on so we can kind of process of elimination here, figure out what happened. Okay, let's get this on. I probably just cut that one backwards. I'm not going the right direction, so just trying to hold this up. Oh my goodness, my cutting was epic. That is exactly perfect. How does that happen? I do not know. It's crazy. Okay. So this is so interesting. So we can tell that this one is right, but this one should have been the other way. You see what I mean? So it should be like that. So I'm going to have to cut a new one of that, which is not a problem. So let's go ahead and get this one glued on, and then I'll take a moment, and we'll put the last panel on, and then I'll take a moment to cut a new one. Okay, there we go. We'll get that one on there and just pick it up really quick and see if everything is lined up really well. It looks to be pretty good. We might have a little bit of an overhang on that one at the top. Yep, just a bit. Oh, hopefully I can get my scissors in there, since I'm dealing with this piece. It's a little bit problematic. Fussy cutting scissors should do the trick. So you guys know I'm making a grungy bee journal, and I'm thinking that I'm feeling a little inspired, so I'm going to return to that project here very shortly. Okay, so that's that. So Oh, this is so gorgeous. I mean, look at that. There is just not a thing about this that's not absolutely stunning. Okay, so this is our back. So we're going to get this on, and then I'm going to cut a new one of that. So I just did it backwards. It happens. My glue is having problems, and this happens when it gets low. So give me just a quick moment to fill this up. Okay, I think we're good to go. I really like the Sugar Bell bottles though, because they're just so much easier on hands, in my opinion. So hopefully that's going to be pushing that glue out. I know Fabri-Tac can be a little bit expensive, but I think it's worth it because I very rarely have to fuss with Fabri-Tac. So our glitter glue is another matter. Okay, panel 8. Oh, I forgot our other spine. We're going to get that on there too. I'm glad I did 2 of those. I don't know if it was really necessary, but I did do 2. So we're going to go ahead and put it on. I can get it unburied here. It's going under my glass mat. That's under my glass mat. Okay, here we go. Things you don't need to know, right? Okay. I'm going to have to unclog this nozzle though. She's backed up. Oh, come on, Fabri-Tac. Don't fail me now, 'cause I was just bragging about you. So this, I believe the spine reinforcer here is about 3/4 of an inch. Let me just check that for you. Yeah, 3/4 of an inch, so in case you're wondering. Okay, so let me make sure that I'm going to think about this correctly, because this needs to actually be on there like that. So let me find a piece of paper that will go. So I'm looking at this image and seeing what would be pretty there. So don't really want anything super florally there because it's a little bit too much in my opinion. I mean, I liked this because it was a different print. I don't know. Let me look at my scraps and see if I have something that would work. So I don't have to cut into another piece. Let's see what we have here. We have this. This would be okay. That would actually be quite pretty. Let's try that. I just don't remember if this one's a one that's the right height or not. It appears to be, so perfect. Okay, so what we want to do, so now we know that this has to go this way, so I should be able to just set this on here and trace around, and it'll be good. So fingers crossed. I'm just going to try to capture as much of that as I can, and then just use my pencil to go around. So this is how I did it. When I did all the panel pieces, I just traced around the pieces, and it was, as you saw, it was pretty darn accurate, which is really surprising actually. So let's get this cut. That was perfect. It's cut perfect. Uh-oh, I think I got glue on my scissors. There's something stuck. Yeah, there we go. And up this side. And I like to come in with the fussy cut scissors just to get around that little bit there. Again, perfection is not at play in the studio. Look at that. We caught the cart postal there, or however you say that. Awesome. Not too bad. I like this contrast. This is going to be really beautiful there. I'm just, usually I erase those pencil marks, but I'm just going to ink it, and it's going to be good. And then we are just about done, and we'll come back in part 3 for, oh, we need to put on our little, that little bit. Can't remember where that's supposed to go. Where was that supposed to go? Oh, right here. We'll do that in a second. So I have to close this though to get this on here. Goodness gracious. Okay. Make sure that it looks pretty darn good again. Love it. Need a little bit more ink there though. I feel like that's going to be too bold. Okay. Oh, Fabri-Tac is all better. It just needed a little time out. Needed a little lunch break. Awesome. I love this image very, very much. Okay, let's get that on there and then just wiggle and make sure that it's all lining up magnificently. And if it's not, we're just gonna be happy that it's on here. I don't know about you, but I don't have the energy to worry about things being just so. I'm just past that in my life. It's just not that important. Oh, we do have a little bit of white showing here though. Should we get rid of that? What do you think? I think, yeah, let's just get rid of that white. Got a little overhang here. And it's easy enough to fix, so again, if it's not, don't worry about it. If you can fix it, but there we go. Okay. Oh, I love that. Ah, it's so pretty. Okay, so now let's get this on here, and then I will say goodbye for today, and I will see you in the next video. Take care, my friends. Bye-bye.